lot of people, their definition of sex or sexuality is really an illusion. They believe it's the skin, pornography, and they recondition it with orgasmic energy for 10 years, 20 years, and then they're nervous around women, can't figure it out. What inner game tricks do I use? How do I approach them? It comes down to power. When you are her equal, there is no fear. You look at leaders of business, industry, they have no fear. Alpha males, they have no fear because it's not that they're the top, they're just equal to everything else. And it comes down to power. So when you reach a point where you are equal to this woman up here, because she has this value, she knows it, she believes it, she talks the talk and she walks the walk, that's behavioral congruency. You have to reach a level with yourself where you are powerful, so you rise up and you are her equal in your energy. If you are not her equal, if you don't have this power where you can just approach and talk like you would with a buddy, except there's another key word here called polarity, is one of the most important things when it comes to not just inspiration and creativity, but sex, seduction. Polarity is key. That is so important. So doing the natural grounding, you're building your own polarity because you're getting in relationship with natural alpha female sexuality. It represents the sexuality within the women you are approaching. When you do natural grounding, you get in, you let her feminine energy affect your own masculine energy. You build polarity. So you become more grounded, you become more masculine. You go out and then you sustain your state, and women, they start flirting and opening up like never before. I've got the guys on my email list and so forth. I'm teaching this for free. We'll give you the link later, RionWilliams.com. There's free lessons on natural grounding. It's just watching videos of natural alpha women. And the secret is really, it's about women. And when you can understand them, when you can get in touch with them, you don't have to play any games and understand your question about in the nightclubs and stuff. Yeah, these women, they believe they have this. We override it, but not all the time. Not all the time. Some women, they are just like that. Group dynamics, we could talk about all kinds of details. You know, we could talk about all kinds of things. I've opened up bachelorette parties. I'll do that. Number close the hottest girl. We've got all kinds of stories just from Barcelona. So when you're powerful, when you know you belong wherever you go, people respect that because you're looking, is he this man? When women see that you are that man, then they can open up even more to you. But if they have the power, they can't trust you in your energy to ever let you sleep with you, or to ever open up their petals. Her rose ain't gonna bloom around you, it's gonna bloom around some guy she can trust, who's confident and centered in his energy, who she can trust to let in and escalate physically. So power is so important. A lot of this is really about energy, physiology, behavior, because you can look for short-term solutions. I've done over 10,000 hours of natural grounding, but that's over the course of 5 years. I've replaced television with natural grounding. And when you can really get emotional about natural alpha female behavior, which equals all female sexuality, it's the closest thing to it. It affects your state of mind, then you go out and meet women. So do natural grounding before you go out is one other thing. Another thing I'm experimenting with is Tantra, and natural grounding stuff is very powerful. It doesn't matter, it's got to be real or in person. Whatever affects your state of mind is real to you and your body and your energy. So when you're listening to a song on your iPod, if that's affecting your emotional state of mind, there's value there. So a lot of this is about controlling your relationships, relational mastery, that affects your behavior in the future. So by getting emotional about natural women and placing, instead of the social alpha prize with the bleach blonde hair, Lady Gaga or whatever, if you think that's sexuality, it's a fantasy, it's an illusion that's contrived by the architects to form non-physical relationships, it's economic. And you can value natural, authentic, feminine sexuality, which is far greater than the seduction industry, it's the source of, it's the root of life itself and is heterosexual polarity. That's how life continues. So when you can value natural women, natural female behavior, which you see in the natural grounding videos, and you get emotional about that, and it affects your energy, it reconditions your behavior through time. And all of a sudden, women will start flirting, and it'll handle all your inner game, which, guys, it's associated with their ego, and that it's destructive. You go out, you keep meeting women, they keep rejecting you, they're not interested, they're dismissive. And for maybe a lot of guys here, it's difficult to get physical with women. But what you got to do is just keep working on your natural game, your behavior, your energy, your presence. Natural grounding is really like a miracle technique. And you do that before you go out and see more